Well, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are in my ham shack, and I'll give you a quick showing, quick tour ride real quick. Yeah, okay. I have my open spot on in the background. I've got my TV on. And what I'm in the process of making is a suitcase for holding all of my HTs and batteries at one time. Now, I hope I'm going to have enough room in there to also put my array of antennas, the short ones, the long ones, etc. So let's start with a tour of the place first. Going to start back at the door. Be right there. Okay, in the background you hear my open spot, the little two green little lights down there in the corner. Right, let me see if I can find them here. Two little green lights right down there. That's my open spot. I have it turned on to my computer so I can see who's talking. And what I've got to do is turn the volume down on the HT that I'm using, which is my FTD1. I also have my FT70 that I can go direct to a repeater on. So this is more or less my desk area. And coming around to my paperwork, my map. Now, I've used this United States map to show that I have talked to somebody in every single state in the United States on my open spot digital through the computer. All right, down underneath that is where I would have my battery located in case power goes out. I have that on charge in the cellar, plus my 20 amp Astron. They are hooked up to my 857, also hooked up to my FT840. And backing up a little bit is all my personal paperwork, of which one fell, the Pagoda Award. I have 20 contacts with members of the club I belong to, 25, excuse me, and they are all simplex. There's no repeater involved there at all. I am an extra class operator. There are a few of my QSL cards. I don't really save them, but those that want to send can. There's my world map. Now the difference between this map and the one I will show you is, this is, of course, the world map. This is where I have talked to someone on my HF rig, my FT840 that you just saw. And you can see I've talked all over Europe, South America. I have yet to talk to anybody in Africa, but I have gotten somebody in Saudi Arabia, India, Okinawa, Japan. Let me get closer here so you can see it. In the Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, all on the HF rig. And again, back to my HF rig. There it is. It goes into a 9-to-1 un-un, and you can see the wire that runs out the window to the tower and then over to the pole. So that's it. It's about a 71-foot end-fed wire that I have talked all over the world. Okay, coming around. And back to the United States map, which is above my work desk. And you can see that I've talked to... now, I'm cut off over here at the left side where California is, but then, again, I really don't care about California. I was stationed there. Can't say that I liked it. Sorry, guys. That's the way it goes. But as you can see, I've talked to somebody in almost every state. Now, these states up here, you're going to see little tiny markers instead of the big ones that I've just got to update my map to make sure everything is correct. But there it is. There it is. You can still hear my open spot in the background, and I'm about to turn that down. So let me turn this off and get ready to do the project that I'm getting ready to do. Stand by. Okay, I hope this works out. What I started doing was making a place in a suitcase for all my radios to slide in. And I found out that this is such a pain to try to cut it. As you can see, everything's out of whack, that I decided to try for a different type piece of foam. So this is out the window. I might use it for protecting other things, but this is not going to be my radio holder. What I did get was good old Amazon, a flat piece of closed cellular foam. Now what I've already done is measure 2 holes that are going to get cut, and this stuff cuts so easy that I've got measured already for my radios. So let me get the blade out and start cutting one of these so you can see how this goes. All right, I believe you can see it. I made myself a knife. I've already had a blade, but I made myself a knife handle for these blades so I don't get hurt. Now this stuff cuts very easy, and I'm about to cut my very first one so you can see how I do it. The trick online says you're to hold the blade as straight up and down as you possibly can to give you a better cut, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. All right, I believe I have that completely cut now, and we're going to pop it out. Oops, I didn't go through completely on the bottom side, so let's try it again. All right, that should do it. Having trouble. Okay, I see where I went wrong, and you can see on here where the bottom corner got messed up a little bit, which means I didn't cut through it properly. So there it is. There it is. Cut. Ready for the radio. So sorry about that fire call. Okay, it's a relocate. There must be a large fire somewhere. But there it is. First radio is installed. And this will fit into here, which is my suitcase. So there it is. There's how the radios are going to be mounted. I hope it can be seen. I know it's a little dark, but they're all going to be in there. In the back of it, because at times we do have to reprogram radios, all up in this area, I'm going to have all my radio manuals of all the radios that are going to be inside here. Now, instead of having you sit here and watch me, I'm going to turn you off and bring you back when I've got more holes cut. Okay, I've got them cut for 3 of my FX8, my 8s, VX8s. As you can see, that's how they're going to fit in there. And now, the next set of radios are going to be my FT60s. Okay, here's a little update for you. I've got my 3 VX8s, and I have an FT60, and I'm getting ready for my second FT60s. I do have 6 Yaesu radios, which will all be the top row. Then I'll have a few Baofangs on the bottom row, and a place for my antenna connections, which I will have in here. It's everything I would need to hook up any one of these radios to either a Yagi for box hunting or a Yagi for satellite communications. So they're all going to be available. That's why I have to have the books on the top of it, so that I can change frequencies, etc. All right, I'll get back to you when these are cut. Okay, step by step. There I've got my 6 Yaesu radios mounted in the box. They're in there pretty steady. Each one is strong enough that it's not going to fall out when it's inside this suitcase. So now I'm going to get onto my Baofangs. Stand by. Okay, another update. I now have all my Yaesu and my Baofang ready to go for radios. Now there it is, something to hold all my radios inside of the suitcase. Now I still have to possibly mount that, or just cut enough that it sink down far enough that I can get to it, and no higher than the highest radio. And then somehow put my antennas in here. Oh, I got it even better. Stand by. Okay, I've taken you off the mount. I just want to show you how the antennas are going to fit in here, and I've got one that's too long. That would be this one. All the rest just lay in there. But a little bit of curl on this is not going to hurt it for a while. So that's just going to be the way it is. Yeah, now I'm having a hard time trying to do it one-handed. There we go. Those are my Yaesu antennas, all at the top. At the bottom, I've got my Baofang antennas. So you see I've got 3 Baofangs, and I have 3 antennas. Now, the long one, of course, is going to lay in there. The short ones fit perfect in the side. So I didn't have to cut it. That's all the longer it was. It fits perfect. And I'm going to try something else, so stand by. Okay, I've added one item, and this is it right here. It's a frequency counter, and it will work with keeping my radios on frequency with the PL tone to include digital. So that's also going to go in here, and it's going to go in right there. So that will always be with me. It's a little on the tight side, so I'm going to correct that. So about 95% done. I've got all the radios in where they belong. I've added one. That's my FT70. That's a digital radio. Frequency counter you saw. These are my Baofengs. All my Yaesus are across the top row. The antennas are in there. As you can see, there's one bent a little. The other three fit down the bottom for my radios. And alongside, I have a slot where other radios fit. So it's about done. All I've got to do is add the books into the top and spare batteries. As you can see right there, I've already got some extra Baofeng batteries, but I do need some VX8 and FT60 batteries to go in it. Also, I might even make a slot right here for batteries. Not sure. I do have to take the adapters in that little plastic container, but that's about it for now. So thanks to the Yaesu guys at the last two Hamfests, I got me a new hat, and I am ready to wrap this up, put the books in. It's all done. My radios are safe. I can carry them. They won't go anywhere, and I'll know if one's missing. Thanks for watching.